In this video, I'm going to tell you if Seatrium is a smart investment to make based on some analysis that I think you might find interesting. Now, if you bought Seatrium around 1 to 1.5 years ago, then it was trading at around 0.125, and now that figure is about 30 to 40% lower. So here's a recap of the company's operation from Reuters. Seatrium's products and services include rigs and floaters, repairs and upgrades, offshore platforms, and specialized shipbuilding. It conducts its business globally through shipyards in Singapore, Indonesia, the United Kingdom, and Brazil. If you did buy Seatrium a couple years ago, maybe you're having second thoughts about it if you're a little early getting in on the trade, but it seems very likely that 5 years or so from now, the capital expenditure on hardware will have picked up dramatically and Seatrium should be materially above 0.125. And if you think that's too early, well, it definitely wouldn't be the first time, and it certainly won't be the last time that you feel this way. Of course, you should be well aware of the decrease in the number of shipyards and the capacity to build ships over the last 15 years or so, as you can see based on this graph. Now, granted, not all of these shipyards have capabilities to build offshore rigs, but you get the general idea. The capacity to build ships is only half of what it used to be, and probably a lot less than that for offshore rigs, but you should remember that the capacity for Seatrium to rise dramatically does exist. Also keep in mind how long it took for it to take off starting from 2000 to 2004. At least you didn't lose any money over that period because that was a time when the S&P 500 lost like 50%. Now, if you prefer to invest in companies like this, then you are likely an asymmetric investor. So asymmetric in this context just means that high reward and high risk don't go together and vice versa. So it's either low risk, high reward or high risk, low reward. Ideally, you want low risk, high reward, right? And that's what we're aiming for here. So for example, Bitcoin is not an asymmetric investment because it's high risk and high reward. On the other hand, Seatrium is asymmetric because it's high reward and low risk. Now, the reason Seatrium is considered high reward, low risk is due to its potential benefit significantly from anticipated increases in the hardware capital expenditures over the next 5 years. So a lot of money is going to be spent on hardware, and so that's going to boost their stock, which should help you make more money. If you want to stay up to date with the best investing opportunities based on asymmetry, then you should check out the investing newsletter that I learned all of this from. So this is the insider newsletter from a company called Capitalist Exploits, and this is the newsletter that I use to learn about all sorts of really low-key stocks that provide a lot of asymmetry, so very low risk but high potential reward. This is just a quick example of one of their newsletters and what it looks like. So they have all the sorts of information in their newsletters, and they've got images and they've got information. They include links and references to show you where they got their research from. It's really interesting to learn from it. It's not boring either. They keep it pretty interesting and fun. Really solid analysis as well. So it's not just fluff. A lot of newsletters will just give you very general information that you can just find from ChatGPT, but not with the insider newsletter. These guys are hardcore. The guy who actually writes it is Chris McFadden, and he really knows what he's doing. And they usually have a little bit of humor at the end as well. It's a very high quality investing service, and if you like honest, no BS investing tips and guidance, then I can basically guarantee that you're gonna love the Insider. If you actually look on their company's their ratings, their Trustpilot score, you can see that they have a 4.9, which is excellent, with over 440 reviews. It is a verified company, and they almost all 5 stars, just a few 4 stars, and almost nothing below it. So it's a great company, lots of new reviews as recent as just a few hours ago as well. You're going to get professional investment ideas delivered straight to your inbox, and so you can see they have rational analysis, they include charts and graphs. People have lots of nice things to say about them, and the guys behind them are actually professional money managers, so they actually have their own investment firm called Glenorchy Capital, and they've worked at top companies like JP Morgan, Lehman Brothers, Brothers and Invesco. If you actually try it out, you're going to get regular stock ideas, just like the one that I mentioned in this video. You're going to get access to their idea database. So all the different oil and gas stocks that they've ever listed, companies that most people haven't heard of, but there's a lot of opportunity to make money with. You're going to get that along with the rational analysis. You're also going to get a 5-part video series where they take you through their entire investment process, like how they pick stocks, how they manage portfolios, how they decide when to sell something, and everything you need to make use of the service the way that it was intended. You're going to get lots of guidance as well. But what you're not going to get is advertising of other services like unicorn stock picks that go nowhere. They're not going to spam your email with like random crypto or some garbage that doesn't actually work. You get all of this for just $1 for a 30-day trial. You can cancel at any time if you don't like it, but I think the value is absolutely insane and it's definitely worth trying out. Use the link in the description to take advantage of the 30-day trial for just $1 and thank me later.